stolen.
Right, I will be back in just 2 seconds. I'll be like, a minute.
Is it 2 seconds or is it a minute? We'll say a minute and 2 seconds. Running the clock.
Yeah, that's some heckin' inconsistency right there.
That's
5
like,
minutes or 2 years. I don't know yet. We'll find out.
That's like a 3,000% increase right there.
Sounds like someone's going to the store to get a pack of smokes.
Hi, sorry.
That was like 5 seconds.
That was not 5 seconds. That was like that was like 40.
Me?
Compared to like several minutes.
No, you said 2 seconds and then a minute. And then we were talking about
yeah,
how
sorry.
different those two terms are.
Yeah, sorry. My drunk parents came home, so they were like shouting up a storm. So I was like, "Don't come in." So
I like the fact that they're drunk.
just, I mean, playing into my Celtic heritage. What can I say?
Your words, not ours.
But yeah, okay.
Yeah, let's go 1 to 10. How bad are they intoxicated?
I mean,
10 being probably gonna do something illegal if they're not stopped or go into a coma. 1 being they had like a sip of beer.
probably like a 4, 5.
No, that's not bad.
No, they're not like.
They
They're just loud. They're just loud.
Same
So-
to the drink.
Yeah, no, I just had to tell them to shut up. Yeah.
Fair enough. I'm trying to roll a quarter across my knuckles. It's a pain in the ass. I can do it sometimes. But goddamn, is this... I thought I had good dexterity, but I guess not. Not good enough. I knew I should have played piano as a kid. Haha, fuck that. I'm not some stereotypical Chinese kid who gets told to learn piano when I was younger. Psh, fuck that shit. Anyways, I found a picture of the thing.
Oh, yeah, the chair.
Except for more nature-y themed, I'm assuming.
It basically has like it's like a lawn chair shape, so it's like more rectangular, and instead of like paracord, it's vines. That's about it. There is a table, like a low table, like coffee table height. So not even to your knee, probably below. And you do see sitting there drinking tea, a female wood elf. She just sort of is just. It's not like like English teacup, it has like the handle. It's like Asian teacup, which is just just this tall, just straight cylinder, made of wood or something. Well, Lumberfoots, take a seat.
Thank you. I take a seat.
Lumberfoots, she calls us. Varric doesn't say, he just stands. To which Darcy smirks. What's wrong, Spooner? Think I'm gonna do something while you're sitting? You're saying you won't. I don't say anything one way or the other on that. Then I'll stay standing. Very well.
So will Rose. Fuck that noise. I was gonna say she waits for everyone to sit down and then Varric doesn't sit down. It's like, okay, she'll stand.
I mean, I'm going to sit.
Her eyes have been closed this whole time, but then as you guys finish sitting or not sitting, declaring your intents, she finally opens them, and her eyes immediately turn to you. You, Cork. So, you're the one the omen brought. I must say, you're very brave and very stupid for entering my forest.
And very confused, I will confess.
Oh. About what? Your bravery or your stupidity?
Both. And also the what? The omen?
Don't pretend like you don't know. It looks rather silly.
I just tilt my head, and as I do, Cracks does the same.
Can I insight check Quirk to see if he actually doesn't know what the fuck's up?
Sure.
Oop, oop. Eh.
You believe him. Her eyes are closed once more. She's sipping at the tea. Ah, my manners, of course. Would you guys like some refreshments? And she holds up the teacup she has as indicator of what she'd be offering.
That's a very kind offer. Yes, please.
The rest of you?
Dismissive wave.
I'll have one.
I as well. She stands up, walks, like, just, like, 360, like, just walks around a tree, just without pausing for a beat, and then as she crosses that, I don't know, threshold, that moment in which you can't see all of her, she has a tray and a teapot. She sets it down, pours out the tea, sets it in front of you guys, replenishes her own amount. It is hot tea.
Yeah,
Not so hot as it burns your mouth, though. It's like just right.
I accept with the and I pick the cup up with both hands as I drink.
Yeah, she's been doing something similar. She has like a hand underneath it and then a hand holding it, just drinking like that.
I guess I'll just attempt to copy what they're doing.
You really have no idea, do you?
I genuinely do not.
Oh, brother o' mine. Losing your touch. She doesn't remark anything past that. I suppose you want me to ask him to stop hunting you. Yes.
Yes, if possible.
What do I get out of it?
What are you asking?
What can you offer? You guys are all very new here, aren't you?
Yes, in terms of that, I'm afraid very little, since I do not know what you want.
Are you keen on the ways of magic?
I mean, I am magical in some ways, I suppose. Not
She
very
rolls her eyes.
studious. I will confess to not being the most studious human. No.
None of you are. What of rituals, trappings, any esoteric knowledge? Please have something in that head of yours.
Some, not much though, I must confess.
Such as?
I gesture at my tattoos.
And what do those entail?
Usually inspiration, blood, and a bit of pain.
You have successfully described life for everyone. Good job. If not you, then perhaps someone in your companionship. What about you, lumber-footed Ken O'Mine? Says, looking at you, Fia.
Yes.
Do you have... What sort of knowledge do you have of the arcane? You must have some, if you're in any way related to me.
Well, yes, of course. Suppose mostly in the... Well, I'm a sorcerer of sorts, so... And I like chasing kind of magical... magical tales, so in that sort of regard.
What sort of tales? Tall ones? Fairy ones?
A mix. We'll say both.
Then you're a fool.
Maybe. I just wish to discover which is true and which is false.
And what of those of you standing? Sure, there's more to you than the legs you're using. Any knowledge of beyond?
I look to Varric and Abigail to see if they'll talk first.
Abigail just has a smile on her face, unperturbed by the entire situation, and gestures for you to go on. You don't think Varric is going to talk that much to Darshi?
Rather specific studies for archery-based things for killing crazy shit in the woods.
Yes, and I'm sure you're particularly lacking compared to my Ken. Nothing magic?
Not particularly.
You're a bad liar, but I won't press it. Drinks tea. Then, you, not accomplice of the Walking Illman, I suppose you have nothing to offer me. And I'd be happy to see if my brother still has his touch or not. And he can prove it by hunting you. Drinks her tea.
As a reminder, you do have, like, the branch that came from them. So you could try to use that, being like, hey, here's a peace offering, please don't fucking murder me.
Well, Oris did have a scuffle recently with a, what was his name? Turn to the others.
Oof.
Out of game, did we ever get his name?
Nope.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
All we
Some
really know
human
is he was a
fella.
super fast individual, yeah.
And in the scuffle, this fell on the floor. I take out the little branch and put it on the table. Figured I'd return it.
She opens her eyes and very lazily her eyes float over to the branch which you set on the low table. He really is losing his touch. Oh, brother o' mine. She takes it and inspects it. Still alive. So one of you has been feeding it magic. Good for you. You know how to take care of plants. And
Rosa's
thus your
sense of
foolishness
regret.
is thus your foolishness is doubly proven. You want to return it to me? To us?
I nod.
And you want nothing of it?
It isn't mine in the first place.
Oh. Such a law-abiding and honorable sort. Yes, I'm sure this colony will do very well to have your continued existence around. Yes, I am sure. She sets it back down on the table. Tell me, Lumberfoots, do you even know what this is?
No clue.
She looks across the rest of you.
Shrug.
No real response.
So I guess I shouldn't be too surprised by that. She just drinks her tea, pours more. What do you think it is? What do you think it does? Why do you think my brother had it? I'm curious. Her smile is getting more and more wide with wicked glee.
Look, could you describe it in Crash? What is it's a little it's a branch?
It's a branch which has a sort of like, I forgot what the berry is called. It's like a spindle berry or something like that. I don't remember what it's called. The berry itself is a bright teal color, and most peculiarly, the branch is constantly moving, unfurling. The berry itself has a pulse to it, almost like a heart. and the branch itself appears to be made of like almost jade. I'm sure if I scroll up enough, I can find what the berry looks like. Give me a sec. There it is. A thimbleberry. There it is. Not spindle. Thimbleberry. Yeah, like that. The thimbleberry.
We have a thing in the handout. It's called the tingeberry.
Well, that's just the qualifying description of it. Is the thing. It's not actually what's called. Just like how the coins that Fia has had up to current aren't just called a coin. They have names. Just you don't know what they're called.
Let's just point out because of that description.
Does it have a smell of any kind?
You smell it? No, nothing in particular. It smells like nature, I guess, but nothing sweet or noticeable.
Perhaps it makes a good wine.
Perhaps. She's waiting to... You can tell this is a game to her, and she's waiting to hear the rest of the players speak. Haha.
Damn it. You said, I think you said it pulsated like a heart. Is that right?
It pulses. No, it doesn't have like the doo-doo.
Okay, okay.
It doesn't have
Okay.
the 1-2, but it does have like a ongoing heart as.
Okay, okay. Hmm.
She just has her eyes closed, sipping her tea.
Ooh, ow.
Is it used to make Manix potions?
No, nothing so pathetically mundane.
Is it something to augment the body? Like you attune to it and then...
Oh, you're going the right direction, and now you've stepped off the path.
Oh.
I suppose
Stop,
it's
go
fitting
back.
that a wood elf is the one that guesses it best.
Well,
I'm now changing the name. And also, here's the thing, Garth. No one else could read it. It was in your... I assumed it was still in your possession.
No, I said I put it in the bag of holding.
Yeah, but you did it at the session that Fred wasn't here. That's why I left it in your journal.
Mm.
So I'll make it available to all of you. Well, I guess it's not going to be available to any of you in a moment. It's called an Azure Fortune Berry in your common tongue. Which is quite ironic. Would one of you like to try it?
Sure, I'm an adventurous sort.
yeah? Tell me what happens then.
Go on. She slides it over to you.
Me or Fia?
Oh no, you try it. I'm watching.
Huh?
Eat the unknown berry. It pulses one more time as it hits your tongue before you stomp it stomp it with your teeth, chew it, and swallow it. Make me a Constitution saving throw. I don't think that's that surprising.
No.
Oh no.
All right, well I can show the effects of it now. First off, oh boy.
Doesn't grow like a third arm or something, does he?
No, plant just sprouts out of his chest like Alien.
Ooh.
Before I hit save changes so that you guys can read it, I'll read it aloud to you. After spending a bonus action to consume the berry, like imbibing a potion, the consumer must make a DC only 16 Constitution saving throw. Regardless of if they succeed or fail or not, they begin regenerating a hit die's worth of health at the beginning of each of their turns. If you have different types of hit die, use the smaller one. But are rendered blind. Both of these effects, blind and regenerative, last until the next twilight, which luckily for you isn't too far off. But if either effect is ended early, the other one ends with it. If the user or the consumer succeeds on their Constitution save, they also gain True Sight with a range of 15 feet. If they fail, they are afflicted with 3 levels of exhaustion. So, Korik, mark down 3 levels of exhaustion.
Ooh.
The exhaustion does not go away at the next twilight. I'm sorry to tell you.
That requires long rests, multiple, I believe.
1 long rest per level of exhaustion.
How do I mark exhaustion on the sheet? There should be.
I think there's a tracker for it.
Oh yeah, you can enable the tracker in the cog section.
Oh yeah, I never turned that on.
Yeah, I turned it on for you guys before because it came in handy, but I haven't had cause for it just yet. Right side, underneath ammo tracking, show exhaustion tracking.
I like that they let you build up to 6, which is just straight up death.
Yeah. So, yeah, 3 levels of exhaustion is not pretty. If anything, that's probably one of the worst ones. That's one of the worst ones.
Oof.
You have disadvantage on attack rolls, saving throws, ability checks, and your speed is halved.
Unpleasant, to say the least. Korik will sort of sag suddenly, panting a little bit, because suddenly short of breath. And as he realizes he's blind, cracks on his shoulder will look around more animated, and Korik will use Krax's eyes instead of his own.
Oh my. You actually did it. Oh my. By the gods, you actually did it. Oh my. Why, Oris could slaughter you and you wouldn't even know it until you hit the afterlife.
Yeah. Ooh, wow, that kicks like a horse.
To its credit, it does taste very nice. It's very sweet. Not like overbearingly so. It tastes nice. It's a shame about the rest of the stuff. But yeah, like, here's the thing. Like, if you get hurt at all until Twilight, you just heal it back within seconds, so... I guess that's a good way of keeping it alive for Morris? I don't know. Unless he kills you faster than you can heal yourself, which probably isn't the hardest task.
Yeah, we'll try.
And also level 4. Don't think you can regenerate when you're knocked unconscious in like a single round.
Knocked unconscious, yes. Kill him, no.
Ah. Oh, damn, he has extra attack. Fuck.
Yeah, and an extra attack on his first turn.
So what you're saying is round 1.
Fight.
I always knew humans are foolish, but this is unprecedented. Varric, like, walks over and does, like, cursory medical checks on you. Checking your pulse, your vision, stuff like that. When he notices that your eyes are literally different now, like, you know, you share a phenotype with Jesse right now. Let me put it to you like that. Do what you just did. I didn't do anything. You saw him. He ate it himself. Oh my goodness. He grabs a branch.
It's like fine, Varric. I've had worse, believe it or not.
That's not a good thing. She grabs a branch and then begins whispering something in Elvish to it. I don't know who you guys don't understand Sylvan, I know that, but who understands Elvish? I imagine Fia, because...
I mean, yeah, I feel like it'd be a bit weird if I didn't.
It'd be an interesting plot point.
I guess so.
Who else understands Elvish?
No.
Alright, Fia, or Kirsty, I'll message you what she's saying.
Okay.
As she's like going through, you see the branch gain a flower, which then grows, and then another berry is there in the span of like 3 seconds. Like it's just, it's not the same one. Like it's slightly different in size and I don't know, texture, I guess, but there's just another berry there.
That's impressive.
She sets it down. You know nothing of magic, and yet you employ it so naturally. She like is eyeing cracks on your shoulder. Charming. Do you know from what your magic stems from? It certainly is different.
My tattoos.
Yes, but where do those stem from?
If I tell you, or rather, if I show you, will you ask your brother to leave me be?
I will retort with another question. If I'm interested in what your tattoos offer, will you come back
Yes.
so that I examine them more? Yes. Then very well. Now let's see if I made a bad deal or not. Show me.
I like living. From my gear, I take out the lacquered box that holds my tools. I set it very gently on the table, slide the lid open, and gesture at the tools. Would you like to inspect them?
She's already like going for it. She's not waiting for permission or asking for it. She just does it. Very peculiar. Why, Abigail, I think this is something more Darren's speed. Perhaps it is, but she shrugs. That's not exactly my point of giving it to him, is it? And here I thought you were suck up to him. Oh well. Quite peculiar. Not what I'm looking for, though. Not as of current. She puts the implements down. Do come back, though. Perhaps they'll develop into something more interesting.
I nod, put the lid back on after taking the tools, putting them away. I gesture at the red tattoos on my arms. A demonstration.
Go on.
I activate my tattooed fortitude.
Why you laugh?
Because I just love the words.
Let's see. That's... Oh, God. This is what happens when you guys use UAs as your fucking...
Base class?
Yeah, your fucking stuff. This is sort of why I'm against UAs, because I have to open up external
I put it
documents.
in the chat.
Thank you. Okay, so it's that one, okay. I'm more familiar with the stone template of it.
Stone skin.
It's exactly the same thing, it's just...
It's exactly the same thing, except I don't recognize the name.
Yeah.
So yeah, the surface of your body redoubles in its rigidity. Interesting. Interesting. Not what I'm looking for, but interesting. Perhaps in due time, it'll become something a bit more relevant, or perhaps with further discoveries on my end, you'll become more relevant. But, oh well. A bad deal after all, I suppose. But let it not be said that I'm not an elf of my word. Orist, she looks like directly up. And you see, like, he looks basically, he's like hugged onto a branch, like laid out, like lying on it. Like really held against it, looking like just a weird bow of it. And you do see that, like, just leaned against his, or like tucked into its sheath, its holster, I guess, still is his hatchet, and his hand is like right next to grabbing it. You're listening, come on. He slides off and drops. Doesn't say anything beyond the sigh. You really have lost your touch, brother of mine. Really, it's a shame. You didn't say anything past that. We're true to our word. Human. Fear not the hunt. Not tonight, at least.
I incline my head in a sort of bow, and I say, I shall be at your disposal, as agreed.
I'll have someone send for you. Perhaps Orist. He says with a mischievous smirk.
I grin at that.
Now, I think tea time and discussions are over, and I'm sure you've gotten that what you seek. So, allow me to be brief with my directions. Get out of our forest. Forest will show you the way.
I will stand up and turn to leave, and as I do, I will say, you may not care for me or for us in general.
Really? What made it so apparent?
But I like the two of you for some reason.
It does seem Darcy's amused by the prospect, but Oris isn't having any of your shit. He just shoves you, just shoves the back of your shoulder. Let's go.
Yeah, I'll depart with that.
You guys pass, or are, you guys pass through the way you came in. You guys leave the same way. Except you can tell it closed behind you guys, and it's reopening as you guys go back. As you guys are walking, Orist is right behind you guys, like a warden of a prison. To be careful, humans, of who you associate with.
I'm assuming there's no chance of that whatever curative berry? No? Pushing it? Sorry.
I'm glad you know he's not going to respond at all, so you just kept going.
Yep.
He continues as if not hearing you. Just because I mistook who you were associated with last night doesn't mean I don't know who you're associated with earlier today.
Well, the annoying little human who warned me about... he's a new acquaintance.
I wouldn't trust him.
Neither do I.
So that's the person that was literally hunting him not 20 minutes ago.
That was
And
20
you
minutes
knew I
ago.
was. You guys just eventually get to the tree line. Noting that it was a much shorter time to go out than get in.
Of course.
Oh, I know. Funny that.
Oris just stops at the edge of the tree line like the fucking monster from the ritual. Just standing at the edge there in the midst of the gloom of it.
There's a guy screaming at him with an axe.
What? Did he have an axe?
Yeah, no, he had an axe. He was like,
He had the gun.
No, I think he left the axe in the monster's head, actually, you're right. No, because when he was walking back to the road, he dropped the axe on the way over there, and we were talking about how he could keep that as a trophy.
Yeah. What an idiot.
Anyways,
Anyways, watch The Ritual on Netflix. It's a great little horror flick.
Really good.
And the monster blends in so perfectly with the rest of the forest that it really does capture my vision of when I say you can't notice something in a forest just because shit is crowded. But yeah, that movie recommendation aside.
As we depart the forest, I will address Rose, but I'll say it as much for her as I will for Orist. I'm not a man to hold grudges. It's not who I am.
Boris doesn't respond. He just watches you guys leave. And if you guys ever turn around to see where he is, he's not there anymore. True Boris and Joshi manner of being spooks in the midst of their own forest. As you guys depart, get 20, 30, 40, 50 feet. Eventually, when Abigail settles that this is outside of longbow range, she lets out like a held breath. Are you okay, Korik? Other than being blind, I mean.
Oh, I can see just fine. A little tired. Oh, no, I'm very tired.
Extremely
Exhausted,
tired.
actually.
You look, as Varric would put it succinctly, like shit. Varric does a sagely nod at that.
And
Yeah.
here I thought I was handsome. You've crushed my
No,
hopes
yeah.
and dreams.
Posture.
Not today, mate. Alright. And you're after more of the berry, damn. Right, well, now that's over with.
I'm sure I'll be fine with some sleep.
I'm sure.
You think you'll recover by tomorrow, though? I think we might be heading out pretty soon.
Oh, don't worry. I'll be well enough to function.
Fuck it. Let it just be known. If you go into water, that's difficult terrain, and if you have 2 levels of exhaustion, your speed is halved. So
I
you'll
know.
basically be able to swim like 5 to 10 feet around.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's.
You guys already have inspiration, don't you?
I have one.
I've used mine.
Take an inspiration for your daring bravery.
Oh, that
The
was
thing
fun.
is, like, it was a con save, so you actually had it like 55, 45 in.
Yeah, con is one of my decent saves.
Yeah. That being said, ouch.
Mm.
You could have had True Sight for like a long rest,
Yeah.
for like 15 feet. That is great. That is great. So you guys are departing the grove. Abigail is like running